I know that ain't who I think it is.
I ain't seen
What is this? Huh? This is rock.
Hell no.
Check out that text when you 5 in the morning, you probably done paying your lease. Wanna get out of the country, you say you wanna go on a trip out of Greece. Wanna get out of the country, wanna get different, you wanna get runchy. Buy the ticket right now, you tell me you want me.
Kicking back after a brutal week of work or school, you decide to treat yourself like the sophisticated cinephile you are by watching a Hollywood blockbuster. But there's just one problem. Your go-to streaming service is letting you down. So there's only one solution.
WrestleMania, hell yeah.
The spiciest, most questionably legal video service the internet has to offer. Before you can even shove that first handful of popcorn into your mouth, the front door explodes open. The FBI storms in like you're on their most wanted list. By this point, your ISP is already given.
Listen, let me tell you what, if the FBI started to arrest for piracy, bro, that'll be some up shit. Now, luckily, I don't be doing no piracy. That'll be some up shit.
You the digital equivalent of a slap on the
half my chat is gone.
wrist. Your computer is probably infested with malware. And now this is the absolute worst case scenario. You might be looking at a year in jail or a fine of up to $100,000. Why? Because you broke the first of 14 laws that millions of people on the internet break every single day, illegally downloading a movie. Want to keep your digital nose clean? Better keep on watching this episode of the Infographic Show.
What? All right, number 14. Let's see what all the illegal y'all do every day except me.
Copyrighted movies to watch them for free. Okay, so maybe the FBI isn't about to throw you into a black site just yet, but that doesn't mean you're in the clear.
Yeah.
Streaming a pirated movie is one thing, but the moment you hit that download button, you're stepping into legally murky waters. In the US, watching a pirated movie isn't technically illegal, but downloading it means you now own an unauthorized copy, and that—
You see, I don't do that. Hold on. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. I like to purchase my movies and watch them in the most legal way possible.
He lying.
In the most legal fashion. Now, I know some of y'all in here, y'all some thieves.
That can be interpreted as intent to distribute. Many torrent sites automatically share portions of the file as you download, turning casual users into unintentional distributors. Copyright holders actively monitor illegal downloads, tracking IP addresses and issuing fines or lawsuits. Some users have been forced to pay thousands of dollars in settlements. While a single download might not get you into trouble, repeat offenses or grabbing high-profile content increases the risk. But you probably already knew that. Number 13, yelling at strangers on the internet.
What?
Maybe someone made a political point you disagree with, or utterly
What? That's not illegal.
Destroyed you in an online game. But more likely, you got into a very heated debate about Star Wars. Your heightened feelings led you to threaten violence against the stranger, or claim that you have carnal—
You really get the meat to silly. Me like
intent toward their mother. Either way, if your tongue-in-cheek threats get a little too real, you might find yourself breaking the law. According to U.S. law, if you make a threat to kidnap or harm someone, you could face a hefty fine or up to even 5 years in prison. Don't believe us? Take a look at Title 18, Section 875 of the United States.
I don't be doing this.
Any communication containing threats of kidnapping or injury is a federal offense.
See, I don't never say nothing about no threats to kidnappers, nothing. I just be like, I beat the one of these. But they didn't say that you can't say that. They didn't say that you can't say that. So I'm good, y'all.
And yes, this has been legally applied to threats made online. And if you think you may be able to sneak around all this with jokes, think again. In March 2023,
that's a threat. No, it's not.
4chan troll learned this the hard way after making violent threats to shoot a Florida sheriff in the head.
What the?
Ending his rant with, "In Minecraft would be a get out of jail."
Yo, run. Oh my God, I'm good watching this video. Hey, yo, we saying the dumbest and then say in GTA. And act like that's white ball is away, bro. Like, that nigga say he will shoot a nigga in the head in Minecraft.
He was wrong. He was arrested, and that same sheriff he'd threatened tweeted upon the man's arrest, "What a shame, a 4chan troll has to come out of his room." Talk about adding insult to injury.
On his ass.
But it's not just meanness that might land you in hot water. Number 12, using copyrighted images. Did you know that making a meme might technically be breaking the law? And we're not even talking about
Man, all y'all is going to jail. All y'all going to jail. You're going to jail.
countries like China, where implying a connection between Xi Jinping and a certain honey-loving crop top enthusiast will get you in serious trouble. If you use copyrighted material without permission, and your use isn't considered sufficiently transformative enough to count as fair use, you might find yourself on the wrong end of a DMCA takedown. So we're sorry to any YouTubers in the audience who heard about that and shuddered. You are unlikely to face any severe legal consequences for doing this unless you're a truly insane level of repeat offender.
You see, I'm
if
good.
You have been threatened,
I'm good.
At EBT
Y'all going to
scammed
jail
by TraySold. You may be entitled to compensation. Call my law office at 1-800-QUANZEL
I've not scammed anybody. I've not scammed anybody. I've not scammed anybody, bro. You're a repeat offender. No, I'm not, bro. I've not done it.
Or you start making big money off of it. But if you are doing this, the law is on the side of the copyright holder. And if there is one thing we all know on this platform, it is mess with copyright holders and they will mess with your income hard. Hey, speaking of messing with people's income, number 11, bypassing paywalls. Believe us.
What you mean by that?
Paywalls suck. Nothing kills the momentum of researching a killer infographics
This is related
episode.
to the last point he made. K it up for whenever.
I'd like to introduce you to Sheriff.
Oh, man, we got to watch this video.
Faster than clicking on a promising source, only to be greeted by a giant subscribe to read more button. Every time it happens, we lose just a little bit of hope for the future. And we bet you feel the same, especially after being clickbaited by an enticing article headline. You might even be tempted to download an extension or a free
K999 cheered X200. Thank you so much, Trey. It's raining at my house, but that big ass brim is providing nice cover for my family. What a good man you are.
I have regulation
Trey, I'm taking you to court,
size
you scammer,
brims.
and I'm taking all big ass hats as a settlement.
Why don't you talking about hats? I gotta fix my camera angle, bro.
2101 sheared
It's the camera angle. It's the
X200.
camera angle. It's
Where's
camera
my PS5, brother? It's been 2 years and still nothing.
You're a liar. I ain't never give away no PS5.
Yo, Trey, what I miss?
Nothing. Right now, we're doing the NBA Live watch party, but it's halftime, so we're gonna watch this video and then get back to it.
online software.
Now run that back though, because I'm telling y'all boys going to jail.
Faster than clicking on a promising source, only to be greeted by a giant subscribe to read more.
Subscribe for 8 months. I just got back from Dallas and said Houston dirty.
Button. Every time it happens, we lose just a little bit of hope for the future. And we bet you feel the same, especially after being clickbaited by an enticing article headline. You might even be tempted to download an extension or a free online software that lets you bypass those annoying paywalls. And that's where you get yourself in trouble.
Ad block.
The Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Any with ad block going to jail.
By the way,
I've
just
been
in case
never
you wanted
used
to give
it.
a name to that demon, states that it's forbidden to sneak past paywalls for copyrighted
I
material.
never used
it's
it.
Yet another thing that costs.
You ain't got no proof of me using ad block. How the f you gonna accuse me and point the finger at me? When you point the finger at somebody, it's 3 pointing back at your ass been using ad block, not me. Is you talking? I don't use this.
Infringement. And we are kind of having trouble finding something that doesn't constitute copyright infringement. But hey, at least, unlike our next example,
you ain't got no
the IRS on your tail. Number 10, online merchant tax evasion.
What the f is
In
that?
the 21st century, a hellscape of inflation and subscription costs, everyone's got to have a side hustle if they want to make ends meet. Maybe you make a little extra cheddar from selling things on online merchant sites like eBay, Gumtree, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace.
What the
Respect.
Gumtree?
Go get that bag. There's nothing wrong with being a successful merchant on one of those sites.
Game on, babe.
You are not declaring the income to the IRS.
Whenever I sold some Jordans, I let them know that though. Let me go to Gumtree. See, all y'all reselling ass, you're done.
You've maybe only sold 1 or 2 things, it's not going to attract an IRS agent's terrifying attention. But if you are raking in hundreds or even thousands flipping your unused stuff on the reg, Uncle Sam wants his cut.
Gumtree UK?
And you're not kicking back the right percentage, you just leveled
Them
up to
PS5 I
certifiable
told.
tax cheat. And trust us,
Yo,
the IRS is way scarier
Houston, who
than
the hell
any
is that?
lowballing eBay buyer. But
We thought you
everyone
were gonna get
knows
this
you shouldn't try to hide your money from big government. That's how they got Capone. The fact that this next one is a crime might surprise you. Number 9. Recording people's voices without consent. YouTube is always creating new kinds of content as technology and audience demands shift, and sometimes that content can satisfy our often underserved sense of justice. We're of course talking about scam hunters, the people who turn exposing phone scammers into a full-blown YouTube career.
See, I'm not them. I'm not them. Y'all don't do nothing like that.
You know, the ones that hack into a scam call center, wasting their time and sometimes even getting revenge. We all enjoy the karmic justice of seeing a scammer get their just desserts. But in 13 of the US's 50 illustrious states, you're actually enjoying a crime equal to that of the scammers.
See?
If you're living in California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Washington State, all recordings of calls are—
See, look, they didn't name the real states.
I don't care. Are subject to 2 or all party consent laws. This means that if you want to record a call, you need the explicit permission of everyone involved in order to legally record and transcribe what you hear. The same goes for calls via social media like Discord, Facebook, and Skype, if anyone still uses Skype. So if you're in those states and you like the idea of becoming a YouTube scam hunter, you better also prepare to launch a life of crime. And hey, it's not just audio that can get you in trouble here. Number 8. Uploading photos or videos of people without consent. Now, like a lot of laws, this is a complicated one. If you're out in public and you take a photo of a stranger or a friend, you're actually completely entitled to take that photo and post it online. That's because in public, there's no expectation of privacy, so you can really do whatever you want in that regard. But let's just say you're at a house party and you take some pictures of the whole thing to commemorate what a great time you're having, and then you post them to Facebook or Instagram the next day. But someone in those group photos really didn't want to be shown, and if they wanted to sue you to take it down, they would have every right to do so.
I mean, you can sue me. I'm just going to find out why you want to be ducking, and I'm going to tell your significant other you're cheating. Because obviously you cheating. You don't supposed to be there.
It's because in a private residence, you have an expectation of privacy, and thus people need to consent for you to post their photos online. And if you have taken explicit photos or videos of someone, it's even more severe.
Cheating and paid.
Porn, maliciously posting someone's private content online without their consent is weird. 48 out of 50 US states have strict penalties for it. And if you're thinking of moving to the other 2, don't bother. They've got their own ways to make sure offenders face justice. Ruining someone's life online doesn't just come with social fallout, it comes with real legal consequences. We hope that's not something you're doing out there, infographics fans. This next seemingly innocent crime, though,
after this video, I'm back on the game. I got y'all.
Been guilty of at some point or another. Number 7. Sharing passwords. Here's something that's not a hot take. There are too many.
Man, 96% of my chat is going to jail. You be sharing them passwords. Y'all is cooked.
Just off the top of our heads, there's
Netflix, JB. Oh no, we
Prime,
okay.
Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Tubi, Mubi, Plubi, Shudder, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, AMC Plus, MGM Plus, Jinkle Plus.
I do it for Disney Plus. No, I don't.
Crunchyroll, HBO Max, Stars, Acorn TV, PureFlix, Fubo, Philo, Zubo, Hallmark Movies Now, and
who the f is getting Hallmark Movies now? You're in too deep.
We made 3 of those up. See if you can tell us which ones in the comments. The point is, if you want to keep track of the current media landscape.
I saw you playing with iPod early in the morning one day. What that mean? We just playing the game. What up, Kobe? How you feeling, gang? We just playing a game, bro.
You need to have one hell of a subscription package, which in turn means a hefty chunk of change. One of the best ways to work around this is for you and your friends or family to take a couple of these services and spread the wealth by sharing each other's passwords. And by doing this, you prove yourselves to be criminal scum. Now you might be saying, but surely that would only mean I violated the streaming service's user agreement. They could terminate my account, but why would I be in trouble with the law? To which we would respond, copyright infringement. The specific laws will vary depending on the location you're in, but the UK's Intellectual Property Office sees piracy as a major issue for the entertainment and creative industries. That means pasting random internet images into your social media, streaming movies on a hacked Fire Stick, or watching live sports through sketchy apps without paying isn't just a loophole, it's a crime. So that's one that our viewers in the UK should be extra careful to avoid. What about another crime that could get you in trouble in the land of the free and the home of the brave? Number 6,
Home in the
collecting
Hellcat.
information about people younger than 13.
What?
This is another one.
Who the f do
Hope that this won't apply to you. If you're not a minor, it's probably fair to say that you just shouldn't be talking to them online. That's not so much to ask, is it? But if for some reason that does apply to your life...
My NBA games, no. What's that website? Let me see this so I can report it to the authorities. Oh, it didn't pop up. It didn't pop up.
You are stepping into a legal minefield. The same goes for anyone running a website or a service that collects
I was about to come back.
surveys. Again, if that applies to you, sound off in the comments. We are honestly just curious about.
I don't want to
whether or
break
not
the video because it's gonna be weird to come back to
information about people younger than 13 years of age.
The game's still gonna be on.
And you don't have the written legal permission of their parent or guardian. You're violating the Children's Online Protection Act, and that's something you really don't want on your rap sheet, because it'll result in people giving you some seriously judgmental looks if they find out. This leads us to another crime you might have committed online lately. Number 5, looking for certain search terms. Okay, we need to be careful here, so bear with us. Here at the Infographic Show, we cover some pretty dark and sometimes even illicit subject matter, everything from war crimes to the activities of drug cartels to even the murky depths of the deep and dark webs. More on that later. And because of that, let's just say our writers and fact-checkers have some very questionable search histories. And that, in and of itself, can put you in some pretty dangerous territory. Even here on the surface web, certain searches for illegal material, physical or digital, could land you in hot water. While search engines will generally do whatever they can to stop users from accessing illegal material through their service, sometimes things do slip through the net. If you find yourself wandering into one of the internet's many bad neighborhoods, these search engines will...
See, I saw y'all go to the deep web. You deep web is cooked.
Will collaborate with law enforcement to see justice is done. Before you accuse us of making accusations, don't worry, we're not saying you are the kind of shady individual who actually goes looking for this stuff. But let's be honest, as a fan of the Infographic Show, it's safe to say you've also probably got a curious nature. So just be careful what you're searching for out there, folks. Because even if you don't end up on the wrong end of the law, you may also end up seeing something you really wish you could cut out of your
I'm going to take that in a second.
Just saying.
What the
places where you...
Yo, one of my proudest moments, I can say, I've never seen that video. I've never, ever seen that video, because when they described it to me, I wanted no parts, gang. On my unborn kids, I want no parts, bro.
You can see things you can't unsee.
My cousin showed me you got it.
Purchasing illicit services on the deep web. Okay,
I ain't going there. I'll tell you about
definition of everyday
I'll tell you about bro.
But we've done so many well-performing episodes on the deep and dark webs at this point, it's hard
that
to
I want to see I'm good.
Some of you haven't taken the plunge, downloaded a Tor browser, and gone deep web surfing.
Come on, bro. Look at all this you gotta do to
want to cover, so people in the comments don't yell at us. While they're related, the deep and dark webs aren't completely interchangeable. The deep web just refers to all of the websites that aren't indexed through regular search engines and need to be accessed via an onion router. Most of these websites, statistically, are completely harmless. For journalists and whistleblowers trapped under oppressive regimes, these hidden platforms provide a lifeline. They're a way to expose corruption and share critical information without the constant fear of imprisonment or worse. The dark web, on the other hand, refers to the specific portion of the deep web where you
99% broken links and scams. Don't waste your time. Man, I'm good, bro. I don't want, bro. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. I'm gonna click one link, and everything that I have is now gone, bro. I'm not doing it, bro.
Know what immediately comes to your mind? Snuff films, red rooms, human trafficking, and kidnapping rings. But the reality is often a lot more mundane.
House came back there.
Blackmail and extortion, illegal
we almost done this video, 5 more minutes.
Weapons, lots and lots and lots and lots of identity theft for cash, and a whole lot worse. While this portion of the deep web is specifically designed to make these illegal transactions
one trade, two tripods, I get you out of here.
But it's not a foolproof system, no matter how careful you are. The dark web is full of scams that will suck out your Bitcoin and leave you with nothing. After all, what are you gonna do? Call up the Better Business Bureau and tell them you never got those Uzis and that meth you ordered? It's also full of undercover feds and police honey traps. It's easy to think you're buying an illegal product or service only to realize that you just bought yourself 20 to life in a maximum security prison. Though honestly, it's hard to feel sorry for you if you were really buying criminal goods on the dark web. This next crime, however, is one that is downright ridiculous. Number 3,
it's good time out, Rick. You got his
videos.
ass.
Okay, this is another scenario.
I'm going to jail like a mother.
Scenario that actually feels feasible for an internet average Joe.
I ain't mean no police.
This, it's safe to say you probably spend a lot of time on YouTube, right? This
Hogs game. Like the game.
Be the first of our videos you've watched today.
Share my screen. You see the video that we watching? You want me to go to jail?
What's good for you, it better not be the last either. But maybe where you live has sketchy Wi-Fi, or you don't get data on your phone. You're going on a long road trip and you want to make sure you're not deprived of that sweet,
I ain't gonna lie, I did this
infographics
before.
Goodness for even a second.
But I did it to copyright
we
free
make excellent
YouTube
content.
videos.
Perhaps this love of our videos might even prompt you to download some so you can enjoy it without Wi-Fi.
That's the boost. I tried to react to it on stream, so I was
terrible crime,
highlights
we
was
hope
ass.
you suffer the maximum penalty of the law. Didn't expect that curveball, huh? It's against YouTube's terms of service to download the videos without explicit permission from the video creator, which is why if you want to rip off a YouTube video, you need to use a third-party service to do it. And if you are a repeat offender, and even more so if you share the content online again, you might be running afoul of our old friend copyright law.
You can download vids with YouTube Premium, yeah, but not really though. Like, yes, you download them to watch them offline, but you can't move those videos off the platform. I got YouTube Premium, I know that because I download videos before flight. So you can only download them to watch offline and use on YouTube. Any other way that or at least the way that they're talking about, you can download those and put them on your computer, put them anywhere, everywhere, whatever you want to do.
The Digital Millennium Copyright Act strikes again. Like a lot of technical breaches found on this list, you are not going to end up in a cell for breaching.
I got you.
At the very least, you'll get a cease and desist. And at the very worst circumstances, you might end up needing to pay the copyright holder after a lawsuit. Our next crime, however...
I knew that was illegal because, bro, anybody that been doing that, you know you had a fire site to download YouTube videos and then you go there one day and it's gone.
...can get you in some real trouble. Number 2, using a fake name. Welcome to the wonderful and whimsical world of identity fraud.
All y'all is done. Your name ain't CGD Rose. Your name ain't PVO Woods. Your name ain't, let me scroll up. Your name for sure ain't YouTube PD.
Eventually.
It goes without saying, making a fake ID is illegal. Whether it's
your name isn't Trey. Relax.
Or minors buying beer for a clandestine rager, or trying to fool business and law enforcement into thinking
your name is not AssClap 800.
Online. We exist in a complex.
My name ain't Quinzel.
World of usernames and aliases, and there's a good chance the account you're watching this video on right now
X! Pulls up three-pointers. That ain't your name.
Isn't your actual first and last name. Pretending your
name's Bernie Mac. All right.
Is kind of a legal gray area, but that doesn't mean you can't get into trouble if you color outside of the lines. The many clauses of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act are designed to put legal limits on how much you can misrepresent yourself online, especially if you're pretending to be a real person. Originally designed to crack down on online fraud, this law could land you in serious trouble if you cross the line from anonymity to full-blown impersonation. Of course, there is some wiggle room around this for all of the parody accounts, but in these cases, you need to somehow make it obvious that you are a parody account and not attempting to be a real thing. If you end up getting sued by the person you're lampooning, whether you did enough to show that you're a parody account will be down to the judge. And if things have progressed that far, well...
K-Dot, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the DMs, but I'll try.
And depending on where you live, you might also be in danger if you're spreading certain rumors on the internet too. The First Amendment in the U.S. is a pretty big defensive umbrella when it comes to things you can say online.
I don't know, they really went to jail for that.
To be knowingly spreading lies that could be argued to...
The nigga that did the Sierra rumor, that made the greatest rumor of all time, that need to be in jail for life because the rumor was crazy.
To damage a person or a company's reputation, you might run afoul of libel laws too. And yes, this is yet another time where adding in Minecraft at the end will probably not save you. But not even this can compare to just how ridiculous this next law is.
All right, the last one.
Number 1, using other people's Wi-Fi without permission. We know what you're thinking.
Now, in big old 2025, I'm not going to jail. But if this was during the days of the PSP, boy, they would have locked my motherfucker up in jail, boy. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would have been in jail, gang. But yo, hey, let's talk about it.
I don't care.
What? How can that be a crime? The internet is the Wild West. If someone leaves their Wi-Fi unsecured and I scrape a little extra connection off the top, that's their own fault. The authors of the Computer Fraud and Abuse
I
Act
kept
we
trying to use that
mentioned
link.
earlier
Could never use it, bro.
Disagree, and they're the ones writing the laws. It may be a law that we've all broken at one point or another, like taking McDonald's Wi-Fi by saying your first name is Deez and your last name is Nuts, or giving your old boss's email as your own.
Childish.
Just because it's frequently broken doesn't mean it's not a law. Just because Wi-Fi isn't tangible doesn't mean stealing it when it's unguarded isn't technically theft either. There's even a specific name for it.
I for sure do not be giving my real email because they start giving me advertisements, bro. They over there. Hey, we seen that you were in Panda Express. You should come back. F you. I just needed Wi-Fi. I was eating. Now you finna get the mother. My email is ozarkawater@gmail.com. You not get my real email, bro.
Piggybacking. And Wi-Fi piggybacking isn't exactly a victimless crime either. Every device signed onto a network spreads the bandwidth thinner, meaning that your Wi-Fi piracy is making the network owner's Wi-Fi experience worse. And if you have an unguarded network and suspect that someone is stealing your Wi-Fi,
even though I don't really hate Panda Express though,
by checking for alien IPs connected to your network's client list. So don't do the Wi-Fi crime if you can't do the Wi-Fi time, folks. How many of these online crimes have you accidentally...
Let him know he's bleeding. All right, good reaction. Let's get ready to get back to the game, man. Keep telling me about it.